My favorite recording artist, I grew up on classical music. My parents raised me on straight Beethoven, and I didn't even hear like pop songs until 7th or 8th grade because I was homeschooled. So I'm like kind of behind on the music game, really. Like I've always kind of been behind because of that. But I have some whiz. I have, you know, all that. Been around the world, don't speak the language. What's that one? Talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me. Yes, I'm almost 20. No. I'll probably like end up going to sleep early or something nice. For my 19th birthday, I was at boot camp. I actually have like a journal that I would write in every night, and on my birthday one, I was sitting outside. It was like 3 in the morning with my best friend. I was like, my life sucks because it's my birthday and I'm awake at 2 in the morning, but I'm with my best friend, so it's okay. The first day of boot camp. You start out on a plane and you hear all these horror stories about like what's going to happen when you get off that plane. You can always tell who the people are going to boot camp. I picked out like 2 other people. Like this one guy, he was like sitting there with his lunch folder, and I was like, are you going to boot camp? And he's like, yeah. It's like, okay, let's stick together. I heard when we get off the plane, they scoop you up really quick. Like if you run straight to the bathroom, you don't get scooped up. And you can get food before you go to boot camp, your last real meal. And I turn around and he's gone. And he is already scooped up by these people. And he's being yelled at. And I was like, oh. You stand there for like 2 hours and we just see like this, you know, the hats that they wear. You know, we just see this hat like walking really fast like across. And I expected it to be a man, like a really big man. And it's this female and she's really intimidating. And she's short. And she was like, oh, great. I can already tell you guys are going to suck. You know how birds, like herds of birds fly and they kind of like fly together like that? I feel like that's what we were like. We ran to one spot. She'd be like, are you kidding me? But now I'm really glad I did it. I'm still really glad I did it. Well, the first movie I can remember in theaters is Toy Story. My parents raised me on weird movies. Like weird British comedies, Stiff Upper Lip, that's not a kid movie. Blackadder, the British TV series, just like lots of, you know, old classic movies, but just weird stuff, not really Toy Story kind of stuff. I spent most of my childhood in Columbus, Indiana, on a farm. Every child should grow up on a farm. So we had probably like 20 chickens, a couple dozen cats, lots of goats. Goats, the really cute goats, you know? We started out with 3. Little did we know they repopulate like crazy. Within 2 years, we were up to like 40 goats, and they're running around everywhere. Yeah. And I loved them though. Like I loved them. All of them had names like Sugar, Appaloosa, Candy, Caramel, Oreo, because she looked like an Oreo. So these goats chew up everything. They chewed up the wires in my dad's his tractor, and one day he lost it. Like, he just lost it. He's a patient man. But they like spilled oil everywhere. And I just have this vision of him grabbing these goats by their legs and he starts throwing them in the trailer. And I was like, no. This is like the last straw for him. They're going to the auction. Like there's no ands, ifs, or buts. And I was like, okay. When I got to the auction, I looked at all the animals like in the pens. And there was one little tiny pen with one little tiny pig. And I fell in love with him. And he was the best pig in the world. Like, he started out maybe like this big. We'd frolic around in the flowers all day. He was awesome. So we moved from the farm eventually, and we had to give him away. He ended up at an Amish, like, little festival. I think it's called Thanksgiving. And he lived happily ever after. My celebrity crush. Sorry, I was thinking about Zac Efron now, okay. But always, since I saw the movie Holes with Shia LaBeouf in it, he's so amazing and, like, he's so, like, something about him is so charming. I think I would just, and I've been in love with him since I was, like, 10. So if I ever got to work with him or see him or anything, like, that would be my dream come true. And I went to Purdue for 2 semesters to study vet medicine because I love animals. I hated it. I cried myself to sleep every night. It was terrible. So the day I got my license, I was really excited, and I snuck out that night with my friend at like 1 in the morning. And in Indiana, you have a curfew. Like, you can't be out past like 11 if you're a new driver. And then we went to McDonald's just to get food. And I got pulled over because I didn't have my lights. Someday I'll have a farm again. But I think right now, like, being 20 and, like just meeting new people and finding myself. I think it's a good lifestyle right now. I really love it. It's really awesome. Yeah, there's some things like culture shock. I went grocery shopping for the first time to stock up my fridge. And I get to the grocery store and I have like this huge cart because that's what you do in Indiana. You just stock up your fridge. And they were like, do you want to buy bags or do you have your own? It's like, what? No. Do you provide them to me? Like, funny. No. And they were like, no, seriously, 10 cents a bag. Now that I think back of like my childhood and my teenage years, I'm like, yeah, like obviously I'm really dramatic, like, like really like outgoing. So it makes sense that this is the career that I think I'm going to be happy in. I just thought I was a weirdo. Like, I just thought I was weird compared to everybody else. I was a dancer growing up, so I was always on stage, the Music Man, and I played Zanita. Okay, well, I just had my appendix taken out like 2 weeks before, and dancing is like my strong aspect, and you have to dance. So like, I really couldn't dance like for it, and that's like my time to shine, and I couldn't. So the music part was the no-go because for some reason I picked out the song. Have you guys seen Oklahoma, the musical? There's a song, and there's this really ditzy girl in it, and she sings a song called "I'm Just a Girl Who Can't Say No," and it really didn't go well because I didn't even, in my mind, that's a song from my childhood, and that is an innocent song to me. But then when I was singing it on stage, a lot of people started laughing because I was like, I'm just a girl who can't, like, it was just terrible. Like, oh, it was really embarrassing. Yeah, so really it was a terrible audition. I'm really surprised I actually got like an actual name part. I'm really not dramatic at all. What was the question?